What if I told you that tomorrow morning you could wake up feeling like the best version of yourself again? Lit up about your work, purpose-driven, compass-focused, fire in the belly, super excited to do your job, own your business, run your business, whatever it is, you're gonna have that fire back. What if I said you could have that tomorrow when you woke up? And maybe you're kind of in this place of having felt like disconnected from your purpose. Really successful, but not able to connect the purpose and the success. What if you could wake up tomorrow and feel differently? If you're interested in that, my name is Jen and I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness, and I'm a transformational purpose coach and expert. And what I do is help people on their journey that are feeling disconnected, having lost the sense of where they're really going, and maybe really super successful, right? Maybe own their own businesses, or they're super career driven, only to arrive there and like not even sure what the point of it is anymore, not sure why they're here anymore. And so if that's you, that's what I do, is I work with people just like that to help you reignite that fire and reconnect that sense of purpose and success, so that it isn't just kind of like this one-dimensional experience for you, right? I want you to wake up with that fire in your belly. I want you to feel like you have direction, that you know exactly what you're meant to be doing, and that you're on the path to achieving that. And we get clarity in our work together, whether that means staying where you are or whether that might look like a lane change of some kind for you. I know I've done it multiple times in my life. And so I just know that as a clinical social worker who has sat across the office from people for 15,000 plus hours, the importance of stepping into the highest version of yourself is really important. And I know it sounds very woo, like I get it, right? I get this, like, what is this highest self stuff, Jen, right? And really what I mean is the highest version of yourself is the one that's not attached to judgment. It's not your ego. The highest version of who you are is never going to put you down. It's not going to judge you. It's all belief and trust and seeing your potential, feeling the potential, right? It's faith. It's your greatest cheerleader on the inside. And so it's a wisdom holder. Well, we'll know, because when we're not in that space, it's the ego talking, right? And I mentioned earlier that we know that you have between 12 and 60,000 thoughts a day. Crazy, right? And that 85% of them are negative. Right? Right? So we know the importance of our thoughts, that they're creating the tone of our every waking moment. And the ego is the one that gets in there and tells us that we're not good enough and that we can't achieve enough and we're not in the right place and we're not doing the right things. And there's all of this hubbub in our heads, and that's all ego. And your highest good, that highest self within you, within all the layers, it's like the layer of you without the bullshit. Without all the negativity, without the fear, without the anxiety, right? Without the doubt. It's the full-on, fully leaded, unfiltered, beautiful version of who you are. That's what your highest self is. So I want you to think about this. I one time did this exercise, and it's really powerful, and I want to kind of circle back to. It was great. So I had this big presentation I was going to do. I was going to talk about trauma, and I had some people coming in for a meeting. I was really stressed out about it, and why I'm not even sure, because I do could talk about this content right in my sleep, but I was still really nervous about it. I was creating folders. It was very fancy, and I wanted to feel really professional, and I was really sweating it. And so in the process, I ended up in a seminar where we did this exercise. It was really powerful. So I'm going to invite you kind of into it for a minute if you want. If you want to close your eyes, I am very experiential. I like having the actual experience. I want you to imagine, just for the purposes of today, picking a space, a room where you are going to have a meeting. I vote an office. I think the office for some reason creates this kind of lovely, easy space that most of us can imagine in our minds. And pick an office, and what I want you to do is I want you to take a seat at the table. So as you, in this moment, taking a seat at the table, and then in your mind's eye, I invite you to imagine another version of you coming to sit down. And this version of you is all in. This version of you believes in everything you do, knows what you're made of, knows the purpose, sees the potential, wants to push you into these places that are going to make you grow. They're your greatest cheerleader, your biggest believer. They are holding all of this incredible power for you to really step into who you are. And so when you do this journey, you might look at yourself across the table and say, okay, in this version of myself, what do you need me to know? Highest version of myself, in this event, what should I know? What do I need to tap into? How can you support me in this journey today? And so I know it sounds goofy. I get it. Like I'm talking to myself. That sounds right. I get it. Really powerful. And when I did this with myself in this exercise in this seminar, my highest self laughed at me, not in a mean-spirited way. She looked at me and she was like, Jen, when have you ever not gotten a project done? I was like, bitch, truth. What? So I had to laugh at myself, right? I'm like sitting across from myself in this visualization, and I'm like, what was I thinking? Right? What am I like not going to show up to it? Am I not going to complete the content? Am I not going to show up with 150,000% megawatt who I am? No. And I had just forgotten. And my highest self, that self without all the BS layered on, looked right at me across the table in this visualization, was like, when have you not gotten it? When did you not complete the thing? Okay, that was a good come to Jesus. That's the power of this. And so it's a little exercise, and I can't walk you all the way through it, but I wanted to give you that little nugget because I think it's super packed full of power to sit across from yourself. And you can ask so many questions. And I think you'll be surprised by what comes forward. That connection you can have with that highest version of yourself is so beautiful. And it's gonna really help keep you moving forward into your purpose because it knows. And so even when you feel lost, like that day when I was so stressed and I felt lost and I plugged into this, I was like, it completely altered the way that I felt about it. And I could release it. I was like, this is not serving me. I will get it done. I might be nervous as hell, but I'm going to get it done. I'm going to show up to this. This is what I do, right? Super powerful. And so I love that exercise. I wanted to share it with you because I think it's so important. And so I just wanted to throw out there, again, who is your highest self, right? What does it look like? Because we want to know that that's like the best parts of us, right? It's never judgy. It's not mean. It's not condescending. Any of those kinds of thoughts are your ego talking. I need to shut that down, right? Do you feel me? So super important, okay? And then you have this little thing you can kind of use as a tool. This like, I'm gonna go and sit and have an office meeting with my other self. With this highest version of me, I'm gonna sit across from that table and I'm gonna connect with that part of myself that knows better, that is wiser, that is kinder and gentler and the greatest cheerleader and the biggest fan of all that I can live into, right? Bam, right? Bam. So I want you to lock into that idea as well. I think it's so powerful. So I hope you'll take that away, connect with that highest self, use that as a tool. Again, the information that's going to come through for you is going to be super profound, just super profound. So for today, I invite you to head on over to my website at laughinglotuswellness.com. Again, that's laughinglotuswellness.com. And tap into, I have a free Path to Purpose gift right on the front page. And I invite you to go in and check that out and use those tools to support this journey, to support you into tapping into that highest good, right? Every time we're tapping into a meditation or we're learning and we're growing and things like that, we're going to be tapping into that highest good. So I invite you to head over there and check that out. And so this is Jen with Laughing Lotus Wellness, hoping to help you reignite your fire on your path to purpose. Until next time, we'll see you then.